So Onefootball today is here at the Elfreunde fan quarter here in Berlin. With me today is Uli Hesse. Uli, first of all, Germany. How have you seen them so far in the tournament?
Well, as always, Germany are not quite Germany in the first half of the tournament. So now when the knockout stages begin, they will show their true colors. So, and it's been the same before the tournament, Before the tournament, most people said that, he hasn't quite found his team. Lots of injured players. What will happen? And I think over the years of Joachim Löw's reign, what the German fan has learned is that it will be all right on the night. So unlike previous tournaments, there was nobody panicked. Nobody thought we can't play without Ballack, or Schweinsteiger's injured. What will happen? This time ahead of this tournament, everybody said, oh well, okay. Löw will find his team and we'll be okay. Probably until we play Spain or Italy.
That's what I was going to ask. They're on probably the trickier side of the draw now. Two big teams potentially lying in wait. Who would you rather, or who would you rather not?
Before the tournament, I always said that, Germany will win the tournament unless they play Italy or Spain along the way, which is sort of a boring answer. It's based on previous tournaments. So I think it's just about time that we meet Italy in a really important game and beat them. This curse just has to end, somewhere.
And disappointments, whether the teams that are still in, or some that are out, or players themselves.
Sorry for again giving you the obvious answer, but there was so much talk about this 2014 makeup of the Euros, and everybody said, oh god, this is going to be boring, and there will be teams that have no place being here, like Iceland maybe, or Albania.
Sure, yeah.
Well, it turns out Iceland, Albania had a place being here.
Yeah, their spot.
And if there were two teams, who really looked out of sorts, it was Austria and Ukraine.
Yeah, sure.
Teams you would have thought would do much better.
And what about off the pitch? We've seen a bit of fan trouble at the start of the tournament, but there's also been some positives.
Yeah, it's been absolutely, until now, until the time when the knockout stages start, it's been pretty much the fans' tournament. And, you always have two tournaments. One is played on the pitch, and the other is not only played in the stands, but it's also played, in places like this one. And that's really, some people said that the quality of this tournament wasn't, at least until now, wasn't quite that good. But it's not just about what happens on the pitch, which was the great thing about football tournaments. On the day after the United Kingdom decides to leave the European Union, we're here with people from all over the world watching Poland play Switzerland. It's this communal feeling.
Sure.
And that is one of the things that I like about the big tournaments. It's that you don't just watch the Ronaldos and the big stars and the big teams. You also look at who are the people in the stands, what are they singing, why do they like their team so much, why do they have this passion? That's great.